If my hair doesn't stay out of my eyes, I am going to put this on. Does it look too bad? If I have to? You ready? Okay. I think we'll go ahead and get started if we could. Everybody's so excited. I hate to tamp down the enthusiasm, but we've got a lot of great information, not only to cover, but to celebrate this morning. So I think I'll go ahead and get started. I just want to start by saying how thrilled we are to be back in Rock Valley today to really celebrate an important milestone in this community's recovery. A return to school after historic flooding just 2 months ago is amazing. On June 22nd, the day after the floodwaters really inundated northwest Iowa, my team and I flew over to view the damage. What we saw was utter devastation from Rock River to the Little Sioux and across really the Iowa Great Lakes region. Here in Rock Valley, nearly the entire community appeared to be underwater. 2 days later, after it had mostly receded, I'm proud to say that we were back and on the ground, and the damage was overwhelming and heartbreaking, but the spirit and resolve of the community to recover was on full display. One of the images that I won't soon forget was the school we're at today. Rock Valley K-12 public school building was an island that was completely surrounded by water. Not far away, the Rock Valley Christian School stood with its doors and windows wide open in an effort to help the interior dry out, and the sidewalk surrounding it was piled high with damaged classroom materials and equipment. And now, just 2 months later, both schools are preparing to welcome students back next week. This has been no small feat, and in a few minutes we'll hear from leaders of both schools not only about the tremendous effort that it's taken to make this possible, but why it was absolutely so important for their community. You know, one of their highest priorities and mine was keeping people in their communities by getting displaced residents into their homes as soon as possible. A combined total, just to level set where we started, a combined total of more than 5,000 homes were damaged between the three disasters that we had in 2 months. And more than 2,000 were estimated to have major damage or be completely destroyed beyond repair. Approximately 40% of the homes in Rock Valley were impacted. So providing temporary housing so that Iowans could remain in their communities while they work to repair their homes or to buy or build new ones was the first order of business, right, Mayor? Yep. Last month, I was proud to say that this team effort, we launched 3 state disaster recovery programs created for that very purpose. The temporary housing program provides individuals or families that were displaced from their homes with temporary housing in their community at no cost for up to 6 months while they work toward permanent FEMA housing that will take them through the winter, through the cold months, until they can get their permanent home up and going. I'm pleased to report that the state has secured 200 trailers and another 300 are available if needed. To date, we've sent 113 trailers. They have been placed and are currently housing about 341 Iowans. Right here in Rock Valley, 58 of those trailers are providing temporary housing for over 200 displaced residents. Additionally, we stood up 2 grant programs, one that would support developers and another for homeowners that both of those have begun issuing awards. The new housing program has already awarded more than $7.2 million out of the $10 million to support construction of 175 new single-family and multifamily homes across 11 projects in Cherokee, Crescent, Minden, Rock Rapids, Spencer, and Rock Valley. In Rock Valley, $3.2 million of the $7.2 million will be invested to build 84 new housing units. There's another allocation that's going out soon, so that number is just even a little bit higher than that. The Housing Assistant Program is also approving conditional awards up to $50,000 to reimburse homeowners for repair or rehabilitation expenses to homes damaged by the disasters. So another high priority item that needed to be immediately addressed was supporting the recovery of the impacted schools in Rock Valley and Spencer. Just as supporting housing needs would help residents remain in their communities and support local businesses in retaining their workforce. So reopening impacted schools, we know, will be an anchor for families in their communities and provide a much needed sense of normalcy for their children. In the early days of the flood response, Iowa Department of Education Director Mackenzie Snow, who was supposed to be here this morning and had a conflict, so I'm going to report out all of the things that she's been doing, so you're going to continue to get to hear from me on what the Department of Education has done. But they really worked closely with both the public and the non-public school leaders in Rock Valley to support their response and recovery efforts. We directed the Department of Education to use $588,000 in available federal education funding to reimburse the schools for instructional materials destroyed by the disaster. They were able to offer $80,000 in federal emergency grants for necessities like food and clothing and housing for students who were displaced from their homes, and support Rock Valley Community Schools with a federal grant application to fund short-term education-related services that, again, help schools recover from major natural disasters. But Rock Valley school leaders still faced a monumental task, and that was the damage to the K-12 school buildings and just getting the private ones stood back up. So in the days following the flood, it really did seem unlikely that we'd be able to start on time or bring most of the students back to the school. But if I know one thing about this community, where there is a will, there is a way. Oh my gosh. Partnering with school leadership and city officials and my team, they went to work to find a way to provide a temporary building so as many students as possible could remain on campus while work continued in the main building. And that solution was located just 50 miles away. Hague Modular Manufacturing constructs commercial buildings off-site using the same materials and the same quality standards as traditional construction, but in a fraction of the time. In fact, from the start of construction to delivery of the modules, the building behind us was completed in under 7 weeks, and they will house up to 150 middle school students as they begin their school year. It includes 6 classrooms, each wired with Wi-Fi and complete with a smart board, plus just a common area for additional learning activities. But most importantly, this building makes it possible to bring the students to in this community back together. And again, it just helps them take a really big step forward in getting their life back to normal. So I want to thank Paul Hague, President and CEO of Hague Companies, and several members of his team. They're in the black t-shirts back there that are with us today. I greatly appreciate the partnership and just appreciate your commitment to make this happen and to get this done. You know, everyone who was involved with this project was determined to meet this tight deadline, and it was tight. And I'm proud to say that we actually exceeded it. So just a heartfelt thank you. We really appreciate all the efforts that went into this. You know, and this is one of the most important things that we could have done for this community, and I'm just so proud to see it come together today. It never fails that in the most difficult situations, Iowans are at their best. And we see it time and time again. And I've seen it firsthand in every disaster-impacted community that I have visited, my team have visited since April, and this generous, neighborly spirit continues today. So when the word of flood-impacted school buildings got out, other Iowa-based businesses didn't hesitate. They stepped up immediately. The Wellmark Foundation, part of Wellmark, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, is supporting the health and well-being of disaster-impacted communities by generously contributing to schools in Rock Valley, in Spencer, in Greenfield, and in Minden. Their financial donations will help with expenses to restore school buildings and again replace instructional materials, technology, and so much more. Laura Jackson, the board chair of Wellmark Foundation, is here today, and I just want to express my gratitude to her and Wellmark for being such an integral part of the state's recovery effort in such a meaningful way. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Additionally, some of Iowa's biotech industry leaders also stepped up to ensure that when disaster-impacted schools in Rock Valley reopened, that their science labs and STEM classrooms, a passion of mine, will be fully outfitted. Kemen, Corteva, and Chevron REG offered to replace science-related equipment, tools, and materials that were destroyed by the flood. Their monetary contributions and equipment replacements, from laptop to beakers to scales and more, are making it possible for science classes to resume in full order as soon as school starts. I want to thank Lauren Burt, who is also with us today, head of worldwide communications at Kemen Industries. She is here with us today, and I just want to say I sent a text even to Kemen, to Libby, to see if they would be interested in helping. And within minutes, I got a response back from her and the team that said, absolutely, we want to do what we can to help these kids recover. So I really just appreciate all the generosity. Thank you. A shout out to Corteva and Chevron REG also, Chevron REG, for their donations they've given the students, the teachers and staff, and really this entire community even more to look forward to with the start of a new school year. So of course the reason we're here to we're able to be here today to celebrate this incredible milestone is because of the, as I said, unbreakable spirit of the people of Rock Valley and the strong and steadfast leadership of this community. I'm fortunate to have with us today a few of those leaders. Mayor Kevin is how I fondly refer to him, who I will say without hesitation has me and my team on speed dial, as he should. That is how you get things done. So thank you for joining us. You're going to get to hear from him in a minute. And Superintendent Matt Van Vorst, hopefully I got that close, okay? And Rock Valley Christian School Principal Marcus Dieger. So I'm going to start by turning the podium over to Matt to give a few words, then we'll go to Marcus, and we'll wrap up with the mayor.
Matt Van Vorst, Superintendent, Rock Valley Community School District. Thank you, Governor. So our district has been through an amazing support system through this journey. Honestly, there should be hundreds of people. The staff is here. There's hundreds all over the community that should also be up here. I'm just honored that I get to be the one to express our appreciation from the disaster in June to today, and then seeing kids come back. So I'm just going to try to paint a quick picture. When in June, when the flood hit, I was at a bit of a loss, like where do we go? We have kids coming back here in 2 months. Every square inch of our district K-12 building was inundated by mud. Contents were destroyed, as well as our grounds, our bus barn. So to be quite frank, it felt a little bit lonely at first. That changed quickly. Like the governor said, texts, phone calls, they happened quickly. I reached out to community members, city leaders, regional leaders, state leaders, area superintendents reached out. Within a couple of days, we had over 700 volunteers in our district cleaning and getting the contents out. This is in addition to contracted help. People keep showing up to this day. Donations are called in. People are wondering how they can help. And it's just, we are the Rock Valley Community School District, and I think saying the word community has taken on a little bit of a new meaning to me. I think I'm going to bold caps and underline that from now on. Community, it really is a whole nother meaning moving forward from this. So yes, partnerships were enhanced immediately. City of Rock Valley officials with me from the start, like you guys didn't have anything else to do, but they supported our district every day, calling city officials. Homeland Security Emergency Management Team reached out. Local, state levels were there, playing a vital role in helping us plan our next steps. The Iowa Department of Education has been there to support us from day one all the way to this morning. I did talk to Director Snow and checking in. So some days I wonder, like, if they see my number calling, like, oh man, what's this guy want again? But I keep calling, so and they follow through, so I appreciate it. Quickly, we just had to move to how are we going to get students back? So we came up with 3 priorities. Number 1 was provide a safe and healthy learning environment. Number 2, we needed to get our learning spaces done first. And number 3, we wanted our students together in person. So we hit the ground running, picked the start date of September 5, and people came together. I'd just like to recognize a few entities in particular. I don't always like to name names because I always forget someone, but these really have stood out through the process. Hogendorn Construction, they've stuck with us as our construction manager, day-to-day operations, making sure things are on time. FEH Design has played a vital role in just helping us make quick decisions so we can finish in a timely manner. Innovative Office Solutions provided some furnishings for us pretty short term, which doesn't happen a lot. We reached out to several entities for space for students. One that worked great and they were very willing was Trinity Reformed Church in Rock Valley. They've opened our doors for our K students to be learning in there. And really just a huge thanks to the state of Iowa and HEG. The collaboration we did over a weekend and made this happen, and we can get students in here and together is phenomenal. So thanks to our school board members. I do have 2 up here with me today. The other 3 I hope are listening. Just the way they've invested into our students and our district is unbelievable. Our district staff team, there's a lot of them behind me. Nobody signed up for this, but they've poured their heart and soul into it. We made it happen in 2 months. It's unbelievable. So really look forward to bringing a sense of normalcy to our students and staff and our community. It's only been realized by these partnerships. The support, the donations, the labor, the resources, I could go on, but this calls for celebration. Next week, we're going to have our students together for the first day of school. We will celebrate, and that we're making it happen. There's nothing like Rock Valley, nothing like the power of our community, and really even cooler than we did it on our own is we all did it together. So, thank you.
My name is Marcus Dieger. I'm the principal at Rock Valley Christian School, just 4 blocks down the road here. And just like Matt said, community has taken a whole new meaning, whether it's Rock Valley Christian School or Rock Valley Community School. We have both felt the overwhelming sense of community that have come and rallied together to make today the celebration that we have a possibility. So just completely humbled by that. Firstly, I want to acknowledge the hardships and the devastation of the flood. I know so many people are going through it, and they still are. So I don't want that to be lost. But today truly is a day of celebration. It's a day to celebrate Rock Valley Christian and Rock Valley Community. At Rock Valley Christian, just down the road, our classrooms are completely ready to go. Our classrooms are ready for students as we speak. Our kitchen we're just finishing up the final touches on our kitchen so we can serve lunches to our students. We have buses coming from New York and Oklahoma as we speak. And we will have transportation for every student at Rock Valley Christian School. We had our teacher in service and our staff in service at school this past week. So we're ready, and we're ready to go. All of these celebrations lead to the most important thing that we get to do at Rock Valley Christian School. We get to teach our students, fulfilling our mission at Rock Valley Christian, teaching them for a life of service and commitment to our faithful God. And we're going to be doing that in the easy times, and in this past summer, we're going to continue doing that through the hard times. But I say all of these celebrations, and I am fully aware that these things could not be a reality without the many, many hands that it took to get our schools back in place. So I want, more than anything, to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you to Governor Reynolds and your entire office for the many ways that you reached out to help out our education systems. Thank you to the numerous volunteers who have come to both schools. Volunteers that I know and volunteers that I have no idea who they are. Volunteers from California, from Idaho, from Tennessee, from Illinois, and the list goes on and on. Thank you for all the physical and financial donations that it took to get us back on our feet. And most importantly, thank you to all the people who have prayed for and over our school and the people inside of it. At Rock Valley Christian, and just like Rock Valley Community, we are so motivated to teach the whole child, because we know how important it is to have some sort of normalcy. So it's our honor and our privilege to host these students starting next week. So let's celebrate. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kevin Van Otterloo. I'm the mayor here in Rock Valley, and I get the privilege of leading this community right now. And I want to thank Governor Reynolds for coming again. I told you we'd look for an apartment for you if you're going to keep coming, but we don't have any of those. As she said, it's been 68 days since the flood just devastated this town. And we've been working through this. But without the governor and her staff and all the other people, John, that have helped us, we would not be where we're at. We want to thank you for that. They've spent a lot of time helping us. And I have to go on and mention that we need to thank our first responders, our Rock Valley Police Department, our fire department, our ambulance squad, our city maintenance workers, and our city office staff, and all the volunteers and the surrounding communities that came in to help us. We had surrounding communities sending in personnel to help us run the sewer plant, because I can't do that, and to shut off water and help us with all the maintenance that we needed. We couldn't have done that without the help of our surrounding communities. Right now, we took a total last week, and we've had 14,677 volunteers have come into Rock Valley to help. 104,000 man hours were put in to help us. Without them, we would not be where we're at today. We have a partnership with all those volunteers and all the different groups that are starting to form to help. So we want to keep that partnership going, and our staff is working very hard to do that. The first day that the governor was here, we sat in a room with her, and she asked us, what did we need? We told her we needed 4 things. Number 1 was immediate housing. She delivered. Thank you, Governor. We needed grants for repairs to individuals' houses that were damaged. She's delivered on that. We needed long-term housing solutions and funding for the new builds. She's delivered on that. And the grants that we have so far are for 138 units and $4.5 million coming from the state to help with this. Without the governor and her staff, we would not be able to get this done. And the 4th thing that we asked for was to get our schools back and running, because we did not want people leaving this community. And today we can say, thank you, Governor. You've helped us get this done, and we really appreciate it. But we still have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of long-term recovery that we're working on. The city infrastructure needs a lot of work yet. We're digging an emergency well as we speak. It's done, and we're getting ready to put it online, and another one's ready to start. So we do have a lot of things that we're working on. Just takes a little bit of time, and in Northwest Iowa, we don't have a lot of patience. So we're confident the partnership with Governor Reynolds will continue, because the one thing she said to me on one of my many, many texts with her was, never give up. And we didn't give up, and we fought for the spots that we could put immediate housing, for temporary housing for them, and because of that, her motivation, we got it done. So, but there's many people who are suffering out here, but with the partnership, that we have formed, we're hoping that we can get this community to heal and get housing for everyone, get the kids back in school where they need to be, and so we can move on. And thank you again, Governor, and your staff for everything you've done for us. And thank you to all the volunteers that came into this town and to help us get through this awful time. And we've got a long road ahead, but we're going to continue to keep fighting for what we deep believe that it's Rock Valley strong. Thank you very much.
Okay, some noise is telling us we got to wrap this up, so we're almost there. But and first of all, I think let's just start with one more round of applause for all of the heroes that the mayor listed. It is a collaboration like I have never seen before. So let's get. I've said it over and over, but I'm going to wrap up with that. Since my first visit here after the flood and each visit since, I just continue to be impressed and inspired by Rock Valley's resiliency and honestly the big heart of this small town. Next week's reopening of Rock Valley Community Schools and Rock Valley Christian School wouldn't have been possible without the support of this entire community, as you've heard. So I want to thank everyone who calls Rock Valley home. The last 2 months have been extremely difficult, and I know that progress can't move fast enough for you, especially those displaced from their homes. But you have come so far in just 2 months. It is truly, truly remarkable. And we're here to support you and every disaster-impacted community until Iowa's recovery is complete. And so Rock Valley strong is how I think we'll end this, and we will open it up, I think, for questions on topic. Oh, before I do that, though, real quick, I wanted, John, can you step to the front here? John Benson is the Director of Homeland Security, Emergency and Management, and this guy, we do a sit rep in the morning, we do a sit rep in the evening to make sure that we're held accountable and on track. And in between those two meetings, this guy is moving mountains to get things done, to follow up, to answer questions, to help these communities walk through and give them the tools that they need to recover. So I am just wanted to point out your leadership and how grateful I am to John and his team. We'll take a few questions, and if you can stay, or if you want to, you can stay. Like, get over in some shade, you sure can do that, okay? Any questions? Yeah.
How many students are there between, I guess maybe that's a question for the...
Total students for the district?
Yeah, 850, K-12.
850.
And then the Christian school has 240.
240 at the Rock Valley Christian School. Well, we'll be here if you have additional questions. Just thank you for being here and sharing this important milestone. I really appreciate the media doing that, so thank you very much. Can we go see it?
Yeah, you want to go see it?